Yo, what is up guys? Hikari here, back with another banger of a video for Wuthering Waves. Today I want to talk about what I believe are 5 characters that we get to choose between for the beginner banner for Wuthering Waves. Now I believe once you get the character from the banner, I want to say that all the other banners are going to go away. So you will have to choose carefully. But I want to give you an idea of what these characters are going to be like, so that way you can at least have an idea and start considering what you might want for your account specifically, whether that might be DPS, healers, supports. But without further ado, let's just get into the video. So the first character we're talking about is Sheen. She is a arrow element character. Of course, she's 5 stars, and she is a DPS character. So she is a monk of sorts, and she uses kung fu for combat, so martial arts, a lot of close quarters combat. And I mean, to be honest, she is just absolutely beautiful. Like, if you really don't want to pull for her, I understand, but like, come on, she's a must pull if you ask me. Next up we have Lean. This character is a glacial element, which I mean basically is just ice. They have a snowflake right next to their names. They are a DPS character. I think this character has a really cool look. I am a big fan of lions. The fact that they seem to have a big aesthetic based around lions just seems really cool to me. So this definitely is a character that I would consider, but when I look back at Sheen, I have a hard time being like, yeah, I would take Lean over. I would have a hard time taking Lean over Sheen for sure. But if this definitely seems like your type of character, again, by all means, go for it. If ice element characters are your kind of thing, then there you go. Perfect character for you. Now, the next character I want to talk about is Encore. This is a fusion element character who is a hybrid DPS. Now, what I mean by hybrid DPS is they are a DPS, but their abilities also will buff your other character's attack. So that's something to definitely consider when looking at a character. A DPS that is potentially strong, but also is buffing your other attackers could be something that could hard carry your team. So definitely something to consider when looking at this character. Aesthetically, this character is okay in my opinion. I mean, I think the lamb dolls that she has are kind of cool. I think that the scribbly eyes that they have are a unique style. Next up, I want to talk about Calcharo. This guy looks awesome. I know this might sound like a roast, but it was like the first thing I thought of in my head when I saw him. He looks like Sephiroth's brother got banished to the Shadow Realm, and then he broke out of the Shadow Realm, and this is how he looks now. And now he's just ready to absolutely wreak havoc on everything. So I really hope that this is a super strong DPS character. He just looks like he's gonna destroy everything in his sight. And I want to say that armor set behind him might be an armor set that he activates when he perhaps uses his ultimate. Maybe it's something that attacks alongside him and is a part of his ability kits, but I would imagine that whatever that suit of armor is behind him in some way, shape, or form is going to be implemented into his character. And the suit of armor looks really cool too. The color scheme is really nice, the purple, the black. It honestly reminds me of something like a little bit like Zero from Borderlands 2, if anyone played that game back in the day. It gives me those kind of vibes, but this seems like a really cool character, so definitely something to consider. And lastly, finally breaking away from all the DPSs. I know all the characters have been DPS in some way, shape, or form, but we finally have a character who is not a DPS. This is Verena. She is a Spectro Element user, and she is a healer. So, for the first time, we have a healer to consider. Now, if you are someone who is confident in your gameplay, and you feel like you can do really well with the 4-star characters you're given, then honestly, Verena might not be a bad pick for you, because she's just going to add more survivability to your 4-star characters, because I imagine she's going to be the best healer in game. As for how I feel about Verena's aesthetic, I mean, she's cool. Got the nature fairy vibe, chilling in the tree, ready to take a nap. Honestly, same vibes. I'm ready to take a nap myself. Probably gonna take one right after this video is done. So one last thing that I wanted to mention that I didn't mention earlier is that when you get 80 pulls on any of these 5 banners, you will be guaranteed the 5-star character. Now, the reason why this is also important is because if we can hit the 30 million pre-registration goal, which I'm sure we're going to, we're already at 17.5 million pre-registrations with about a month to go until release. If we can hit the 30 million pre-registration goal, we get 20 free pulls for any of these banners. So this is very important to keep in mind for day 1. But anyway, that's going to be all from me here. Once again, Wuthering Waves launches launches on May 22nd. It is an open world action RPG. Let me know down in the comments section below which 5-star character you are most excited to get. And for me personally, I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. It's still Yinlin. Yeah, it's still Yinlin. I can't wait for that character to come out. But that's gonna be it for me here. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Take care.